Oh my, here we go. That's right, here we go. Episode 807 of hashtag Rise and Grind. I am so stinking excited. We've got Miss Charlynda Scales with us today. This woman right here is an Air Force veteran. She is a TEDx speaker. She got mentored by my man Damon John. She's a powerful entrepreneur. She's slanging hot sauce all over America, which is amazing. So super excited to learn from our friend Charlynda today. It's going to be amazing here on hashtag Rise and Grind. So I hope you're ready. She's going to be bringing the fire. Let's dive in. Let's do this. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? See, there's no excuse for you not pushing yourself to the next level. In order for you to create a new you must have a new mindset. When teams come together, we can create things that are greater than the sum of all of their parts. Good morning and welcome to hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to 8, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Friday. That's right, TGIF. Today is Friday, February 12th, 2021. What's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Friday, February 12th, 2021. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most of this absolutely incredible day. Fair enough? Fair enough? Dude, I hope you got your seatbelt on because we're going to take you on a ride. Miss Charlynda Scales is with us today. Air Force veteran, TEDx speaker, mentored by the one and only Damon John, entrepreneur, mixing up the hot sauce. That's right, something called mutt sauce. We're going to talk about that today and selling that all over the United States of America and maybe beyond. I don't know. I got to find out. But here's what I do know. I know that she is incredible. That's what I know. And so I'm excited to bring her to you today. So go ahead and strap in. If you don't know who I am, my name is Glenn Lundy. I'm the host of hashtag Rise and Grind. I am also the creator of the Rise and Grind group on Facebook, where we're over 30,000 active members strong, filled with nothing but motivation, education, and inspiration. That's right. The only place on the internet where you'll only find motivation, education, inspiration, nothing else. I promise we got 52 moderators in there that'll kick you out if you try to bring anything else to the table. I'm also the founder of Breakfast with Champions on Clubhouse, the Millionaire Breakfast Club, which is an incredible space where we bring Q&A sessions all day long, celebrity interviews all morning long. It's just absolutely incredible over there on Clubhouse. If you're not on that app yet, I highly suggest you find a way, figure it out, jump on the train. And lastly, I'm the author of The Morning Five Simple Steps to an Extraordinary Life. And this is a book that I wrote that you can download for free at themorning5.com. That's themorning5.com. And the reason I put this together is I truly believe if you change the way you start your day, it'll make a massive impact in your life. And so I put this together as a resource with 5 simple steps, 5 things that you can do every single day that can absolutely lead you to an extraordinary life. All right. So that's me in a nutshell. This week here on hashtag Rise and Grind, we've been talking about mind melt, right? The things that most, not you, but the things that most people are doing on a daily basis that are actually keeping them from stepping into their greatness. So we talked about the average person who sleeps 7 hours a night, works 9 hours a day, and then scrolls the other 8 hours a day, and how spending time just drifting is not ultimately what's going to serve you. Now, we went in a little bit further and we talked about some things that you can do that can actually expand you, things that you can do with your time that are going to bring a smile to your face instead of just continuing to let you drift. Things like going places you've never been before, being around people that don't necessarily look like you, and even more importantly, spending some time with people that think differently than you do, right? That can challenge your thinking and ultimately expand you. So I want to challenge you today. If you didn't watch any of those episodes, or if you're new to the show, you can go catch all of those episodes previously. You can go to glennlundy.com. You can catch them there. They're on YouTube. We have a podcast, however you want to catch them, but make sure you catch up. But most importantly, I want to challenge you today. I want to challenge you to do those 3 things, all right? I want you to commit. And I want you to understand, when I say commitment does not care how you feel. Let's get really clear about that. Commitment don't care if you're sick, if you're tired, if you stayed up too late. Commitment means I'm doing it, right? No matter what. So I want you to commit to going somewhere you've never been before. I want you to commit to learning from someone that has different beliefs than you. And I want you to commit to connecting with someone that doesn't look like you. You feel me? And then once you've done that, once you've done those 3 things, shoot me a message. All right, you can shoot me a message, DM me on Instagram. You can email me, whatever you want to do. Hit me up on Facebook. I want you to shoot me a message once your mission is accomplished, and I'd love to hear how it goes for you. I really would love to hear how it goes for you. Now, today we're going to wrap up this incredible week with a champion who has made it into Forbes magazine. She's been on Fox News. She's been in Black Enterprise, like just an amazing, absolute champion who is slaying it with the mutts sauce. We're going to talk about that today. But before we dive in, you know what we got to do on this show. You know what we got to do. It's so incredibly important. We got to get the blood flowing. We got to get, hold on. I got to make sure the levels are right. And I got to figure out how to get better reach over on that Clubhouse. There we go. You know what we got to do? We got to do some dancing around here. We got to do some dancing. I think Charlynda's probably dancing. Are you a dancer? Are you a dancer, young lady? Look. Look at that. Bringing the sauce. That's what I'm talking about. Look, this is the part of the show. For those of you that know, and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button, because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you to hit that share button. So if you're watching on Facebook, share it out. If you're over on Clubhouse, ping some people into the room right now. Just bring in a friend. Be like, this dude's hot. This dude's on fire. And we're about to meet Charlynda, and it's going to be incredible. Look, she's over here dancing with her hot sauce. Look at it. That's what I'm talking about. I love it. This is how we kick off on a Friday morning, all right? So get some people in here, ping them into the room. This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me, whether you're watching live, you're watching on replay, you're listening to the podcast, whatever. Say what's up. We'll say what's up back. How you doing? Who was that? Winter? Is his name Winter? Winter Laws. What's up, Winter Laws? How you doing, John Gabeheimer? We got Tabitha Wells, Andy Pritz up in here, Heather Ivey, Mark Ellis is in the house, Michelle Streets, Terry Collins, Justin Ziner. We got Kathy Dye. How you doing, Tamika Anderson, the Amazon bestseller? Over on Clubhouse, we've got some incredible speakers up here. Joy and Scott. My man Tanner is in the house. Olympic medalist Mr. Curtis is in the room. What's up, LaChris? How you doing, Marquise? Miss Liza? And that's right there on the speaker panel is Charlynda. Y'all see her? Those of you who are on Clubhouse, Do you see Charlynda right there? She's going to be joining us today, so you better start following her right now. Good morning, Amelia. Great to see you. I also see all these incredible people in the room like Nicole and my man Joshua Lee. We got to bring him up. He's a beast. What's up, Wes? How you doing, Hind? How you doing, Ryan and Nicole? I see Jeff and Evan and Vicky and Christina and Tiana and Ebru and Tanya and Jared. I see all kinds of folks. There's close to 500 folks with us over on Clubhouse, plus another couple hundred over here on Facebook. So look at this. This is how we change the way people start their day. Look. Should we be dancing? We be bringing it, right? We be bringing it. It's going to be incredibly powerful episode of hashtag Rise and Grind today. So I'm super excited that you're with us. Tuck in, whether you're watching live or whether you're listening on Clubhouse. Let's get ready to rock and roll. If you're watching on Facebook, it's going to be powerful. Thanks for being here with us this morning. It means the world to me. Hey, for those of you on Clubhouse, we're actually here on Facebook too. Make sure you come join us on Clubhouse right after the episode, because we're gonna have Charlynda is gonna be with us today. Of course, I already told you that, but we're also gonna have Nicole Arbor and Trent Shelton and Dave Meltzer that are gonna be joining us over on Clubhouse. So you make sure you come hang out with us over there. All right, let's dive in today's episode of hashtag Rise and Grind. And now our guest of honor, Mrs. Charlynda Scales. How are you, young lady?
Good. Good morning.
Good morning. Did you think man, this is how we need to start the day every day? Don't you agree?
I think so.
We do some dancing, we do some music, we have some fun, meet some new folks. You down with that?
I'm down. Let's do
it. All right, cool. Well, here's what we're going to do. All right. This is live on Facebook with hashtag Rise and Grind. It's also Breakfast with Champions. All right. Brian says I have an echo. I don't know why I have an echo, Brian. I shouldn't have an echo. Maybe it's coming from Charlynda a little bit. That's all right, though. We'll be all right. We'll make it work. All right. Check it out. Scott Simon said she needs to. Oh, Josh now says it's gone. Okay. Thanks. I got a whole team of people texting me right here. They got my back, which I love. And then Scott says she sounds like Glenn. She needs to turn down the volume and she listens in. She sounds like she's listening to the show. Look, guys, you can't turn the volume all the way down because Clubhouse got it like that. So anyways, Charlynda, enough of them. I'm done listening to them. I want to listen to you. I'm just playing. Hey, you've got some hot sauce. We're going to start where you're at now, and then we're going to work our way back a little bit because I need to get to know you, okay? So you've got some hot sauce, right? That's called Mutt's sauce since 1956. And here we are on Breakfast with Champions. So we're eating some breakfast. We got some eggs, right? I know eggs with hot sauce is good, right? We got some chorizo or some sausage. We could maybe put some hot sauce on that, right? So we're going to add some hot sauce to our eggs. So tell me about Mutt's sauce, and then we're going to go back and learn more about Charlynda. But I'd love to hear about Mutt sauce first.
Roger that. So first of all, thank you all for having me this morning. If there's an echo, let me know. I am from Cookeville, Tennessee, so I'm a Tennessee country girl. This sauce was actually invented by my grandfather, Charlie Farrell, whose call sign was Mutt. He was an Air Force aircraft mechanic, Korean, Vietnam. And his call sign was Mutt because he could blend in anywhere. He had friends everywhere, all backgrounds. He just had friends all over the world. But he was also passionate about sauce, so he tinkered around in the kitchen until he got this right, and our family's been eating it since 1956. While I was also serving in the United States Air Force, I started this company in 2013 in his honor.
Gotcha. So you started it in 2013. Tell me a little bit about the sauces. What makes it so special? What makes it so different?
Well, the great thing about mutt sauce is whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or you need a drink on Friday, you can grab mutt sauce and have a good time. So that's the versatility of mutt sauce. It's thicker than hot sauce, but thinner than barbecue. So it's very pourable. Um, Anything, steak sauce, or you can just add some vodka to it if that's your thing.
It's a little early for putting some vodka in there. This is breakfast, girl. This is breakfast. But I guess it's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? It's got to be 5 o'clock somewhere. I love it. So you guys distribute that all over the U.S. and it's just kind of a family recipe that you are carrying on. I love that. I think that that's absolutely amazing. So let's get into you a little bit more now. As far as the mutt sauce, I did some research. You had like Damon John did some mentoring with you. You won some awards as far as entrepreneur and just who you are. So real quick, what was maybe a bit or like a big takeaway from Damon John's mentorship? What was a big takeaway that you took away from that experience?
Well, I thought it was very interesting that I was meeting him in 2017 through the Bob Evans, the Bob Evans Heroes to CEOs contest. That's the contest we had won that he was assigned as our mentor. But I wanted to meet him when I made it to Shark Tank on season 6. I taped an episode in Hollywood and I wanted him to be there to pitch, one of the sharks I could pitch to. I thought that he would resonate with growing up with a single mother and grinding your way through life. I remember selling sauce out of the back of my Honda when I got started. And his story, too, was selling T-shirts out of the back of his truck. So he understands the grind. He understands
Right.
trying to make mama proud, all these things. So when I sat down and talked with him, he said, there's something about when you come from humble beginnings.
Mm,
When you've struggled for a long time and you've never really had money before. He said, I'm here to tell you the smart way of spending money. And it's almost like you would grab those new athletes that have those multi-million-dollar contracts and basically
hmm
it's not about, cars. If that was your thing, if you wanted to buy a car, whatever it was, let me stop you before you do. And he really broke it down about return on investment and putting your money in the right place. That this company will last a long time, will have longevity. So I appreciated that he, like Stephen was talking about earlier, you meet them where they are and help them where they're at.
Yeah, I love that. So he was talking more, really, really focusing on your financial education, what to do with the money, right? Selling the hot sauce is one thing, making the money is one thing, but keeping the money and being able to grow the business and scale it is really the key. I love that. So I'm gonna back up again. We're going backwards in time, right? We started here and then we went with 2017. I want to go back a little bit further back. I want to go to early Charlynda. So where did you grow up, and who or maybe what, like who or what had the greatest influence on you in those early years of your life? I'd love to hear about those early years.
Absolutely. So, I am the country girl from Tennessee. Cookeville was a small town. It was my version of Mayberry from Andy Griffith, and I lived out in the countryside with my grandparents. So all of us pretty much lived with my grandparents, about 10 people in a 2-bedroom house. And the influence of having your grandfather, who was a Vietnam vet, who's retired and has, now he has nothing but time. I spent a lot of my mornings. So my rise and grind would be wake up when the sun comes up and you take a walk with your grandfather as he downloads his entire military career into the mind of a 5-year-old. So,
Wow.
right, right. So that for me was a great influence because I'm seeing service from a different lens. Even at that point, of course, I'm not thinking about the military, but when I finally did go into the military, I felt like he had given me this coat of armor. Like, I've already got you covered before you even start.
Mm,
I've told you about my experience. So that, and my mother, of course, she grinded. It took her 11 years to get her college degree. And when I asked her why she would take so long, she said, I had to have that degree in my hand and show you that education was important. It's one thing to tell you, it's another thing to show you.
Amen to that. I love that. So at a very early age, you've got your grandfather getting you up early, taking you out for walks. He's downloading, right? He's programming you a certain way with his wisdom and knowledge. And then you got mom on the other side who's leading by example, who's really just showing you how to be strong and powerful. I love that. So let's talk Air Force just a little bit. All right. You are a strong, intelligent, African-American woman, right? You check all the boxes. And here you are in the military. How did you manage that being in, the proverbial kind of boys club? How did you manage all of that?
Well, growing up in the deep South, looking the way I do, I had a lot of time to prepare. So when I got into the military, what I do love is that we do have core values and we do have a set of standards that we should live by. Does that mean that you're not going to get those knuckleheads? Of course, there's knuckleheads everywhere. So the way that you control the environment is basically the internal control. I have to let people know what my standard is, and a lot of times it's kind of like your faith. It's not just professing it, it's the way you live your life that tells people where you stand with what you believe. And that's how I kind of warded off, nonsense throughout my career. Plus, letting them know that you're serious about what you do. My job was an acquisitions officer, which in the civilian sector is a program manager. You're leading programs and teams of either from 5 to hundreds of folks to get a mission done. For example, I was one of 4 program managers when Governor Schwarzenegger was the governor in California. He called on the military to help put out the 2008 California wildfires. I was one of those people. So, and at the time, I was 23. So that's the kind of thing that you're doing at a very young age. You just don't have time for mess.
Right. Just don't have no time for the nonsense. And I love how you made it an internal thing more than an external thing, right? We've got the knuckleheads, they're going to exist. And it breaks my heart, but at the same time, like, because I get it. So it breaks my heart, but at the same time, you acknowledging that you had lots of practice before growing up in the South, right? And it sucks. It sucks. But at the same time, we get stronger and grow internally if we allow it to build us up instead of break us down, right? Amen to that. So love that. And I love how you said, showing that you were serious about it. Like you weren't messing around. You were there to get the job done. You were laser focused. That's super, super important. All right. So what has been maybe one of the hardest challenges for you to overcome through this amazing journey that you've been on? So you've got a 1-year-old little boy, you've got a company, you've been doing the media thing. You obviously were the Air Force, you're a vet. All these experiences growing up in the South, like what is one of maybe the hardest challenges you've overcome on this entire journey?
One that has been persistent in my experience is overcoming the fear of my own potential. And I don't think people realize when they do say, "Oh, you've been successful at this, that," I internalize that as, wow, that's really scary. Like, what would happen if I actually went full tilt? Like, what if I just really hit the gas and explored the limit of my potential? And I kind of, my personality, even though it looks like I'm extroverted, I'm actually very introverted. So the thought of being well known, or the thought of huge success is kind of scary. And I think sometimes I have dialed back in situations that I should have just went out there and said, this is what I'm capable of doing. And whether or not y'all were ready, whether or not the world was ready,
right.
I'm unapologetic.
Right.
I'm going to do it.
Yes. I love that. I love that. Oh, there you are. We lost you for just a second there. I'm glad you're back. Oh, you're froze again. Where'd she go? No, this conversation's too good. Okay, there you are. All right, you were just froze on my side. Love it. All right, unapologetic was the last thing you were saying. Just really leaning into it, right?
Right. I'm just completely unapologetic about my experience, what I can bring to the table. And you just have to articulate that, because this is a time when people are looking for an example. They're looking for someone who's been through it. They're looking for someone who's going through it. And if you're holding on, if you're saying, well, I'm scared, so I'm not going to say anything, then you're depriving them of the example that they need to push past whatever they're going through.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Amen. I love that, right? It's a responsibility. It's a responsibility that we have. We've been both gifted with the ability and the responsibility to make an impact in other people's lives. I truly, truly believe that. And that in that sense, we are called to step into the best versions of ourselves that we can possibly be. So I love how you worded it that way. Overcoming the fear of my own potential. What if I really hit the gas? What does that look like? Those are great questions to ask. So this week, we've been talking about mind melt. We've been talking about the daily activities of many that do not ultimately serve them. And so what I would like to know are, what are some of the daily habits that keep you performing at your peak performance?
Well, I do a lot of reflection. I am a new mother, and so my entire life has changed. He was taken home the day that they announced the pandemic, so I call him my little bubble baby. He's only met 3 people in his entire life.
Wow.
Right. It's just different times. So I had to do a lot of just counting my blessings this past year. I've lost friends and family due to COVID. So I just have to stop and say, what is going well? Because even as a veteran, I do a lot of, I guess you say, over evaluation. It's part of an anxiety that I've dealt with, but I don't want to think negatively, because I think that it manifests in your life. And being grateful for the time that I've been given. One thing that was happening before COVID was I was traveling so much. And I know many of you can attest to this. You're probably on a plane, sleeping in hotels, you're at conferences, back to back to back. And my concern was I did not set enough time aside for my child. I worked my entire pregnancy. I traveled my entire pregnancy. Not once did I really slow down. So when this happens, you basically I got a year of maternity leave.
Right.
I got the blessing of a year of maternity leave.
Right.
So that's something that in my day to day, I wake up and just say, what is the good thing that happened? What is the blessing that you got out of all of the chaos?
Yeah. Really, really finding the positive and reflecting on that. I think that is a powerful, high performance habit that many people miss. Right? We're like, all right, I eat this food, I lift this weight, I do these different things, but just taking time to really reflect and be grateful for the good in your life, and the lessons that we can learn. I think that's powerful, super powerful. All right, we're going to do 2 things. I'm going to ask you one more question over here on Facebook. Before I do, as far as connecting with you, I want people to be able to connect with you. So how can we serve your mission and what you've got going on? How can we best serve you? Because I know it says right there on your website, you're a servant leader. You're all about serving others, but we want to serve you this morning. So how can we best serve and connect with you, and help you move forward with all you've got going on?
Absolutely. Well, Mutt Sauce is more than just a sauce company. We are a family, and it would be an honor if all of you joined the Mutt Sauce family by going to muttsauce.com, getting your bottle and telling me about your experience. Sit down with your family and have a meal. Sit down with your roommate or whoever you're with, your significant other. And that's what we like to hear. We like to hear the memories that you've created. So.
Beautiful. So head over, get us some Mutt Sauce, try it out, and then let you know how the family sat around enjoying some mud sauce. That's what it's all about. That'd be the best thing for us to do. All right, I want y'all to do that. All right, I'm going to challenge you guys to blow Charlynda up today. The best thing that we can do, right? You got to think about what our guests are doing. Our guests are getting up super early in the morning to come join us here on hashtag Rise and Grind. They're pouring into us, right? They're sharing their space and their time, which is the most valuable asset on the planet is time. They're sharing that with us. So the best thing we can do is I want y'all to show her what Rise and Grind is all about and what this family and what this community is all about, which is I want y'all to blow her up today. I want her to call me today and say, Glenn, please tell them to stop. I cannot get anything else done. I am getting blown up all day. I want you guys to blow her up, pour into her, let her know how she impacted you this morning and get you some mud sauce. All right. One last question, Charlynda, and then we're going to move over to Clubhouse where we can do some Q&A. We'll hang out over on the Clubhouse side. We'll get some feedback from some of them on some of the things that you shared this morning. It'll be awesome. But one last question here on Facebook. All right. So I'm going to put you up on top of a mountain real quick. All right. You are on top of a mountain and literally all of civilization is at the base of the mountain. Everybody, 7.2 billion people. All right. And they walk over and they're cheering. These people are cheering, right? They're going, Charlynda, 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 right? They're cheering. Woo! It's getting hyped. The energy level's high. And they hand you a mic and they say, here you go, Charlynda. We know you're a little introverted, but we need you to drop some wisdom on us. You get 2 minutes to drop something on us. Practical application, something we can apply in our life today, this week, this month, this year. What are you going to tell the world?
I have been through a lot in the last few years, and the two things I'm going to leave you with that have sustained me and I'm sure will sustain you is when you believe in something bigger than yourself, rock bottom has a trampoline. Quote me. That's right. The other thing is you hit on it earlier is you don't have to think like other people. Don't find someone who thinks just like you. I'll take that one step further. I don't look for like-minded people. I look for like-hearted people. So I challenge you to find like-hearted people. Surround yourself with like-hearted people. That I think has made our mission more successful.
Wow. Sorry, I'm taking notes. Sorry, I know I'm not supposed to do this. The host shouldn't be taking notes. I'm supposed to host, and then I'm supposed to go back and just review, and I can get the notes at that point. But that's just too dang good. So I had to take the note. Now, that is amazing, right? When you believe in something bigger than yourself, rock bottom has a trampoline, quote, 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 quote. Go ahead. My editing team, go ahead and cut that out. We'll snip that. We'll throw that over on Instagram. We'll do a little post, right? We're going to do that. And I love it. Get around like-hearted people, not necessarily like-minded people. Dude, Charlynda, I said Charlene. Charlynda, thank you so much for being on hashtag Rise and Grind this morning. You truly are an amazing, amazing superhuman, right? Leaning into and becoming the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. A child of God, the God of the universe. And that God made you so you could go out there and make an impact. And you're doing it every single day. You're stepping into that and leaning into that. And I, for one, absolutely love you for it. Thank you so much for being the best version of you. And thank you so much for joining us here on hashtag Rise and Grind. It's been incredible.
Thank you so much, Glenn.
You're so very welcome. All right. Hang out over there on Clubhouse. I'll meet you there in just a second. All right. That was episode 807 of hashtag Rise and Grind with Charlynda Scales. If you haven't hit her up yet, if you haven't connected with her yet, make sure you go on and do that. All right. Follow her on Clubhouse, connect with her on Facebook, whatever you got to do, blow her up today. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Make sure you share this out. It was absolutely incredible. Listen, folks. If you need more videos like this, you can go to glennlundy.com. We got 807 of them, okay? You can go there. However, you might want to go back and rewatch this one because there was all kinds of golden nuggets in there that Charlynda dropped on all of us. There was all kinds. I'm going to go back and take more notes myself, all right? So you might want to go do that. But here's what I need you to do. I want you to take this week and don't just listen and let it go in one ear and out the other ear. Take action, all right? Take action on these items, the things that you heard, the things that resonated with your soul. Again, I'm going to challenge you. I want to challenge you to go out and experience, go somewhere you've never gone before. I want you to make a connection with someone that doesn't look like you, all right? Super important. I want you to do that. And I want you to go out and really just work on expansion versus contraction. We are in a season where a lot of people are contracting. We need you to expand to become the best version of yourself that you possibly can. Because when you do, it makes a massive impact on this planet. Thanks for joining us here on #Rise and Grind. You guys are incredible. We're going to head over to Clubhouse. We'll be on Clubhouse from 5 a.m. to at least 10 a.m. Eastern, answering questions, digging into this conversation more and more. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So with that said, love you. Get out of here. Have a great day. I'll see you again Monday morning at 5:30 a.m. We're going to do this all over again on #Rise and Grind. See ya.
Good morning.